Okay, back with more of the same today. More of the same today. I'm out walking the dog. I've got some stupid things I want to say to myself. Pretty interesting little thing happened yesterday, and I'll talk about it in a minute. This isn't it, but anyway. I wonder if the reason Twitch and ASMR and YouTubers in general are so popular, well, not the only reason, but part of the reason, is that the relationships the viewers feel with these online personalities can satisfy, or at least partially satisfy, or maybe even give the illusion of satisfying some of our relationship needs. People have their favourite streamers and ASMR artists. ASMR is a bit of a weird one anyway. And these fill the roles of their best friends, and the nature of ASMR, especially for men, offers some semblance of an intimate relationship. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? I'm really not sure. Or maybe it's neither. I'm really not sure. I think perhaps both. Oh, hang on, I've got to pick up a dog shit. Great. Okay, that was enjoyable. What a pleasant experience that was. Intimate relationship. Now there's a scope. I'm really not sure. I think perhaps both. If we consider how this might affect us over time, we may notice people having real relationships as they invest. What the fuck? More people having. Okay. If we consider how this might affect us over time, we may notice more or less, or fewer people, I guess I should have said there, fewer people having real, in quotation marks, relationships as they invest more and more heavily in these simulated relationships. However, for people who, for whatever reason, struggle to form... I guess I should have just said less earlier. That's probably what I meant. However, for people who, for whatever reason, struggle to form these real relationships, the availability of these semi-simulated relationships may offer solutions to their emotional needs and may be an effective way of reducing depression and anxiety. Furthermore, these semi-simulated relationships might act as gateways to real relationships, allowing people who have not yet done so to develop their relationship skills, if only in a very limited capacity. But seeing how others behave and developing an emotional link with an individual and strengthening their sense of empathy could all prepare them for more functional future relationships. So yeah, just thought the kind of Twitch and it was mainly Twitch, but kind of having it's like a fill the role of best friend because you think you have everyone anyway. Obviously, another problem with these semi-simulated relationships is that your involvement and contribution is likely very minimal. Being a follower of a popular streamer means you are probably one among thousands of people, and although you may be able to affiliate yourself with and form small relationships with your fellow supporters, the icon around whom you have gathered cannot share their attention equally, and much more importantly, fully with you. I came across this Johan Hari guy and his podcast with Joe Rogan's podcast with him is how I came across him anyway. And I have to say, I like what he's selling. I think what he's talking about is pretty much what my intention was for my book, but he's also got the motivation to do extensive research and meta-analysis to support his arguments, something I feel I would struggle to do. I do find it fairly demotivating because, and I intend to read his book Lost Connections now to find out if there's anything at all left for me to cover. My book would seem fairly redundant with his in the picture, especially if mine would only be an inferior version in the end anyway. But I am glad that someone else is making the same points I want to see made in the world. I suppose it's somewhat elfish. See, egoism doesn't... Oh, God. I want to see made in the world, and suppose it's somewhat selfish. See, egoism doesn't make me a twat, or make you a twat, or make one a twat, I guess. Selfish of me to desire recognition for the ideas, if it means delaying the benefits of such ideas from being realised in the world. So yeah. It probably would have taken me years to write this book, and I probably never would have done it, and I would have done not as good a job as it could have been done, and I think it seems like he's done a better job than I would have done anyway, and it's come out now, so there we go. It just means I don't get to reap the rewards. Anyway, and also I've downloaded it now. Yeah, got it for free because I'm such a proud member of society that I don't pay for things. I don't think he needs my money. Or at least not more than I do. One of the kind of, what's it called? The people at the start of the book who, write quotes. One of the quotes, basically, at the front of the book, from people who've read it, was from Glenn Greenwald. And I actually don't know much about Glenn Greenwald, but I know he's got a pretty, what's the word? Conflicting. he's got not a great relationship with Sam Harris, and Sam Harris doesn't seem to think much of him. And I think I've seen a few bits of evidence that he isn't a particularly admirable person, but who cares? He's only giving me a comment on the book anyway. I wonder if that means that he's friends with this Johann Hari guy. I wonder how that plays out. Anyway, perhaps another reason the Bible and other religious texts conferred increased evolutionary fitness was because in a culture which almost prescribes the Bible as one of its most valuable assets, it implicitly values learning to read, or at the very least, learning to learn. Those who believe reading the Bible is an important part of their life, will, perhaps unbeknownst to them, be increasing the value of reading in their life. Not necessarily increasing it, but you need to have. No, I cover it in a second anyway. I wonder if prescribing religion, or more specifically reading a religious text, let's say the Bible, is better than nothing, especially for those who might otherwise struggle to find any formulated guidance in their life. And if you can't be bothered to make the effort, then maybe just tell them to read the Bible or something. I don't know. Maybe the cons outweigh the pros. Twigs, come on. And whether this is possible to do ethically as an atheist. What I'm trying to say is reading is a prerequisite for reading the Bible. An emphasis on religion as being valuable would probably cause people who might otherwise not read at all to learn to read, which is an incredibly powerful skill. That might have given them an evolutionary advantage. That's the point. I think we're on to the last one now, thank God. Something to notice about my off-cuff the idea that there might not really be such a thing as mental health or well-being, and in fact all these words really describe is that absence of unwell thoughts. Is that this definition would include an awful lot of things that most people wouldn't commonly associate with their idea of well-being. Being dead being the immediate example, or brain dead alternatively. In both these states there is no reason to believe thoughts of any kind are possible to be had, and so negative thoughts would too be impossible. Also, and this one is less confusing, meditation, at least the Vipassana variety. God, I can't speak. This is probably not even it. Vipassana is how the Americans say it. Would fit this model, as I believe this stresses the idea of quieting the mind and not allowing thoughts to take hold, or at least take your mind hostage. Not at least, but anyway. Oh God, that was a terrible one. Not doing too well with reading the words today. The thing I was doing, talked about yesterday with imagining yourself to be a person of a different skin colour, gender, sexual orientation, sex, all these things. What was it? Age. There was one I missed out that I thought should have been added. What was it? Anyway, there's another one. Well, there are loads you can have. There's one that I thought was quite important though. It was silly that I missed it. From a different era? Oh no, maybe I said that. I don't know. There are a few other things I wanted to talk about. And the reason I said stuff about made me realise. Well, I think it's more for people who are racist. I'm not sure there is much of a better thing you can do to get the message across. But yeah, it just. I'm talking about it. I'm just going to end this now. Bye.